spoilers for the next month of Boruto has actually finally been released, and in this video I'm going to be talking about it, and what I can finally say, we are no longer going to be watching filler. Alright, calm down. It's going to start with episode 69. The next episode of Boruto, episode 68, will also be a part of this Chocho arc, so it's going to be a 3-episode thing. This episode, episode 69, is supposed to be the last episode of this Chocho arc, which is a quote-unquote filler arc. Now, going into the actual spoilers, the title is going to be Super Chocho Love Strife. The main actor of the television drama, Tomaru, has been kidnapped by ninja who appeared previously during the shoot, and they are demanding a ransom. Chocho is extremely concerned about Tomaru and is angry at Tomaru's bodyguards, Jonin Konohamaru and Moegi, for being unable to prevent this happening despite being there. The female lead, Ashina, has been chosen to be the one to pay the ransom by the kidnappers. But among all this, Boruto and Shikadai can't help but feel like something's off about this whole situation. Alright, so now, in this episode, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be some sort of person that's on the actual cast. May it be the director, may it be Tomaru, may it be Ashina. One of those guys are probably in on this whole thing, and they probably gave a lot of information to the actual kidnappers, and that's pretty much why the kidnappers. Boring. Episode 70. Now this marks the end of the fillers. Episode 70 is going on to a whole new thing. It looks like in the last episode they pretty much finished all of the filler stuff, and now we're getting into some actual canon, happily, hopefully. And the episode title is The Opposing Side of Anxiety. Now going into the actual paragraph, it says Metal Lee has begun training to study the ultimate taijutsu technique, the 8 gates, from his father Rock Lee. To prevent him from losing his nerves and failing at his training, Metal Lee sought out an item that can calm his nerves, but for some reason the item has no effect and is told by his father to stop the training. At this time, Metal meets his father's mentor, Might Guy, who fought in the 4th Great Ninja War and faced off against the mastermind of war together with Kakashi. Now this episode is going to be extremely interesting. Of course, a lot of people have been speculating in the past that Metal at least knows some sort of the 8 gates. We did see it in the, I believe, the 3rd episode of Boruto altogether, when he was actually possessed by the dark chakra or the dark influence of Sumire, and you kind of got to see some sort of gates being opened when Metal Lee was actually fighting. Now a lot of people have been speculating that he did go up to 3rd gate. That would be absolutely amazing, man, because at that point Metal Lee was pretty much like a cub, like he was still in the academy, and now of course Metal Lee is pretty much a lot better, faster, stronger, and he could possibly even go or open even more gates. Now I'm not completely sure how much gates he did open initially. In this episode we're probably going to get the answer to that, because we'll probably get a flashback and Metal Lee will probably talk about that with Rock Lee. Hopefully that'll be the case. And as I said in my last videos, as I said, a lot of people have been complaining about how these characters are just learning new jutsus, learning new abilities, and we basically haven't seen anything about it. For example, you see Boruto learning lightning style, Boruto learning quote-unquote water style, now Boruto having wind style. We never seen Boruto practice any of that, and now we're gonna get to see Metal Lee practice the jutsu that will be very vital to Metal Lee and everybody else in the Konoha when he is going to need to use it. Of course, I'm pretty sure we all remember that epic scene.
There's no one who surpasses you in taijutsu. I, Madara, declare that you are the strongest of them all.
And I'm very excited to see how far Metal Lee actually came in his training with the 8 gates. Now the thing is, it looks like Metal Lee's going to be very nervous. I don't know why he's going to be very nervous. It looks like he's only going to be training in front of his father. But they said they supposedly went out to gather some sort of substance that's supposed to calm down Metal Lee. I don't know about y'all, but it looked like Rock Lee just going to give my man's Metal Lee a blunt to see if he's going to calm down. But they said it didn't work. So maybe he just got that high tolerance. Maybe we just don't affect my man's Metal Lee. I don't know. But it looks like they're going to be having a hard time. But we will actually see Might Guy. Now, here's the big thing. One of the biggest storylines through the anime of Boruto, almost up there with the Kawaki storyline. Is Rock Lee bald? Hopefully we're going to get some answers in the next episode of Boruto, man, because I've been hearing a lot of rumors that Rock Lee might be bald. I also made a full video about if Rock Lee might be bald. I heard things that quote-unquote confirmed it, but I heard that it wasn't confirmed. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we've been wondering. Hopefully we get some answers in this episode right here. Now the next episode is going to be episode 71. The title is going to be The Hardest Rock in the World. In the actual paragraph it says the first 5 Kage summit since the Otsutsuki clan's invasion is being held in the village of the Hidden Leaf, and the past Kages are also gathering. However, the third Tsuchikage, Onoki, who is meant to come, has not appeared. Oh, I thought he was dead, never mind. And the meeting has begun without him. Around this time, Boruto and the rest of Team 7 are attending a meeting with the other ninja in regards to security during the summit, but Boruto is bored by this unexciting mission and is completely disinterested. Mitsuki then poses a certain question to his teammates of Team 7. Alright, now here we go. We finally get the 5 Kage summons to talk about what the hell happened in the Chunin exam about the Otsutsuki clan members attacking the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, in this episode, do not be surprised if we actually do see some sort of Otsutsuki clan members in this episode. I won't be surprised if we see Urashiki. I won't be surprised if we see other members of the Otsutsuki clan. And I'm not going to say this episode is going to be dominated by the Otsutsuki clan, but I feel like just like how they did in episode 65, where they had 30 seconds of Urashiki talking at the end of the episode, I feel like that could possibly be a certain situation in this episode, because obviously the Otsutsuki clan is going to be a heavy topic in this episode. Now, it looks like they ain't just going to bring in the random Kage or the regular Kage right now. They're going to be bringing in the big bloods. We're probably going to see Tsunade. We're probably going to see the past Mizukage. And pretty much I'm looking forward to see those two, because those two are bad. And I'm praying to the Lord they didn't do my girl Tsunade bad. So let's see. Now, at the end of this paragraph, they did bring up something very interesting. Now, it said that Mitsuki then poses a certain question to his teammates of Team 7. Now, I'm not completely sure what that question was, but in the next paragraph of episode 72, they do talk about Mitsuki a lot. Now, in the previous review that I did about episode 67, I believe it was, I did talk about how they were showing Orochimaru and Mitsuki a lot, and I feel like Orochimaru and Mitsuki, they're probably going to have bigger scenes in terms of plot-wise in the later episodes or in the next episode, maybe the next arc, maybe an Urashiki thing. I have no idea, and it looks like I was actually right. Now, going into episode 72, the title is Mitsuki's Will. Now, going into the actual paragraph, it says the ninja who are guarding the entrance of the village of the Hidden Leaf have been attacked by someone, and Mitsuki has vanished. The unknowing Boruto and Sarada visit Mitsuki's house, where he lives by himself, to pass on a message that the mission that was planned for them has suddenly been cancelled. Having not met them, they grow concerned and begin looking for him. On the way, they meet Jonin of the village, who have been summoned by the Hokage, and inquires as to what is going on. Now, this episode right here seems like it's going to be the beginning of something huge. Now, I'm not completely sure if they're going to do or they're going to go all out with this episode, but it does say that the entrance of the Hidden Leaf Village has been attacked. Now, as we all know, Mitsuki is definitely part of the quote-unquote defense of the Hidden Leaf Village. Same with Orochimaru. I feel like their goal is to protect Naruto and Boruto, mainly because Mitsuki, he really loves Boruto. He feels like Boruto is his son. And if Mitsuki knows that the village is in some sort of danger, Mitsuki's probably going to be with Orochimaru concocting some sort of plan and getting ready for war. And I feel like that is the same thing that Naruto is doing as of right now. Now, I did say that Boruto and Sarada, they're walking around, they're looking for Mitsuki, but as they were walking around looking for Mitsuki, they did run into a whole bunch of Jonin going to the Hokage's office. Now, to me, that sounds like Naruto is warning the Jonin, like, hey, we're about to go into a serious war, or we're going to come into contact with an extremely strong opponent. And what I'm praying for, and I'm pretty sure everybody here is praying for, we're praying for Urashiki to be there. Now, as soon as I read this for the first time, my first reaction was, wow. And after that, I started to pray. Like, I'm actually praying that Urashiki is going to supposedly attack the village. I'm hoping that the people that attack the Hidden Leaf Village's main entrance is Urashiki. It is some people probably working for Urashiki. It doesn't have to be Urashiki himself, but it could possibly be some people on Earth that actually do work for Urashiki, because if it is Urashiki, we're going to be getting into a huge plot point. Urashiki does have a lot to do with the Otsutsuki clan. A lot of people have been speculating that Urashiki probably has something to do with the Kado organization. The Kado organization is also highly influenced by Kawaki himself. Now, as I said, the fillers is over. Like, after the episode next week, the fillers are going to be done. Thank you, God, for that. We're going to be getting some real stuff, and I'm like completely over the moon for that. I'm pretty sure you guys are over the moon for that as well. Now, I'm just going to be giving my early wishes. Whatever this thing is, I hope it engages a lot of the Jonin in battle, like real battle. Now, of course, I hope it's Urashiki. Of course, I hope it's something to do with the Otsutsuki clan, but if it's not, I really hope it's going to put people like Konohamaru in a life or death situation. I hope it's going to put Naruto in a life or death situation. Of course, Naruto's probably not going to die, but I feel like us seeing the Jonin perform at their top tier, at their highest level, like Rock Lee, like Sakura, like Choji, people like that, it would really get our bloods pumping, and we would really like to see that. But let me know what you guys think for these episodes, man. Which episode are you guys most excited for? Of course, I know some people are probably going to be excited for episode 69. You guys probably like Chocho. You can tell me of you guys are probably gonna be excited for the Metal Elite episode. Of course, the Mitsuki thing is gonna definitely garner a lot of attention. But again, let me know what you guys think about this. Which one is your favorite episode? But it's been your boy Baara B, and we out.